You guys may or may not know that Alan Parsons came from, he first studied sound engineering at Abbey Road Studios, and came up through that unbelievable system of training and learning. And
making tea.
Maybe you can share, Alan, what was that like, the Abbey Road as a young man?
It was a series of good timing and good luck on my part. I was working in an allied department to Abbey Road in West London. It was called Tape Records, which this is before music cassettes, before compact cassettes. I really am that old. And the EMI was producing quarter-inch versions in mono of commercially available albums. And I worked in the duplication department there, mending tape machines, figuring out problems, doing copies of master tapes, which was part of the duplication process. And this album came in by a band from Liverpool called Beatles, called Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, and I just absolutely fell in love with it. It was completely floored by the sound, and immediately filled with great curiosity about how they did it. And within just a matter of days from that, I carefully composed a letter to the boss at Abbey Road Studios, and he granted me an interview, and 2 weeks later I was working there. So,
wow. What was this, 1960?
69, I think it was. Might have been 68.
So you went there as a tape op, on sort of a studio?
They used to start all trainees in the tape library. So I did a stint in there, just marking boxes and carrying tape, fetching and carrying tapes around the building and stuff. So it's a bit like starting in the mailroom in an office and starting the tape library in a recording studio.
What was the first session that you did where the Beatles were involved?
Well, the first time I actually worked with them was not at Abbey Road. It was at their own studio, which had been recently completed at Savile Row in London, the Apple building. And they'd commissioned this guy, affectionately known to the masses as Magic Alex, and it essentially none of the equipment in the studio worked, so they had to commission Abbey Road people to install some of their equipment. And if you've seen the book that goes with the Let It Be album, you'll see that it was old tube EMI consoles in that room. A pair of them, because it was 8-track and it was a 4-track deck, so we had a 4-track desk to record from and another 4-track desk to listen on, so it was quite